Hey, good afternoon everybody. Today I'm going to show you a recipe I came up with in an attempt to eat healthier. It's a herb and cheese oatmeal muffin. Now it might sound a little strange to you, but there are such things as savory muffins, and this one comes out really good. First thing you're going to do is preheat your oven to 375. You know, and it's a good way to sneak some oatmeal into your diet if you're not somebody that wants to do that. Because it is a savory muffin, it's not like you're having something sweet for breakfast and then crash after from the sugar high. They're really hefty, by the way. They're quite heavy, and one of them will do you for a while. Yeah, quick note. If muffin making is new to you, it's dry ingredients, wet ingredients, bake. Because you don't want to lose your rise from the baking powder on this. Now the cheese is technically a dry ingredient even though it's damp, but as you can see I've got all my dry ingredients including the spices in the bowl. Just use a big mixing spoon until they're even visually. And another quick note, while it is possible to grate the cheese directly into the mixing bowl, I found that's a good way to grate part of your finger in, or at least me, because I'm not that coordinated. So I just do it on a board and put the cheese in. Now a rough grate for this is just fine, because you want a bit of texture to the muffins too. Now what you can do is halfway through just empty the grater into the bowl, because that way it doesn't go everywhere. Now this step is optional. I do find you get a much nicer muffin out of it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a quarter cup and I'm going to steal some back and pack a good hefty quarter cup in. Out a dry bowl here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this on top of the muffins before I bake them to get that nice crunchy baked cheese thing happening on top. So 2 cups of milk in a bowl. And to follow my own good advice, I'm going to crack it into the measuring cup to make sure it's good. I know they are, but it's always good to check. Just beat that briefly with a fork. Very, very important, make sure your oven is hot before you put the wet ingredients into the dry, because you'll lose your rise and the muffins won't come out. Mix the cheese in first. Now this will not be thoroughly mixed. What you really want to do is coat the cheese strands with the dry mixture, so they're separate in the batter. Toss all that in. You're going to mix this just until mixed. But also working it enough to make sure that there's no big dried clumps hiding in the bottom. So kind of turn it over with your spoon and push it up against the side of the bowl to break up any dried bits. That's looking all nice and mixed. So now load up your muffin cups. I use the same mixing spoon. Now everybody's going to have a different type. Now if you miss and you hook the edge of a cup, it will look terrible, but it will bake properly. And you can just take it out after. So just get about that much and just ease that in. So we're down to our last muffin, and I put a bit too much in this one. So yeah, and I got gloves so it's fine. It's easy enough to borrow from one to another. Don't get too involved with this, you'll lose your eyes, as I said earlier. But if one of them is like sadly lacking, yeah, top it up. That's good enough. Now the last step before you pop them in is take a bit of cheese. You're far better to go lighter than heavier, because trading cheese strands from one cup to another does not work very well. So 30 minutes on the clock at 375. Timer's up, they're out. And look at these, eh? What a difference a little bit of cheese makes. So I'm going to let them cool off here. I got these out of the muffin tin. And if you did up a batch of these for breakfast, all you have to do is wait till they're cool enough that you can touch them. And I use parchment because they come away so nicely. They're still a little warm, which is okay because these are really good hot. I just crack one open there. And you can see that's nice and meaty. People have used different adjectives for these because I had a few taste testers and some people said they tasted meaty. One person said they tasted like stuffing for a turkey. But all around, depending on their opinion, they still said they tasted good. Okay, so they got that nice crispy cheese on top. Oh. You'd hardly even know these were good for you. So anyways, thanks for watching. Do give these a shot. They're really good. And subscribe.